That's more than sufficient. 1. Now here you can see little bit more options. Slowly you get this comfortable purchasing option. And here, go to the end of it, user data is there, right? So guys, what I'm doing, and just to test that user data, touch, and here emp rajesh.txt. Are you comfortable with this simple command? All of you? So simple user data. I'm not touching any other stuff. One by one, we'll go and try it out. Okay. We'll finish this networking today. Don't worry. Add storage. This storage, what we call it? Any idea? The 8 GB storage which you got it. EBS, and then this is a infernal one. That means you should not store any data here. Correct now? All of you are understanding? Yeah. So this storage is only for running the instance. It can be, you can increase it, but this storage is only for running the instance. Here you see the IOPS range. You may get 100 also. You may get 3000 also. So there is no SLA for it. You see the throughput? No, not applicable. And here you can set some of the things like whether you want to encrypt, delete on termination, check and uncheck. So if you say delete on not on termination, then it will be staying and it will be charging your account. So I just said, yeah, it should be deleting, but yeah, few things you can customize as per the things. Again, please read this for free tier people. You can add a new volume here only, by the way, but I don't want to add it. Why? Because I want to add it at the with extra steps. This is a mine one, so Rajesh, and configure security group. And which one is mine? So Rajesh SG is mine, and review. This is the stuff, launch, and here Rajesh training, and done. So this was anyways done. Remember that user data I had provided, so that's okay. Now, guys, remember that you are attaching one volume to the EC2 instance. Now I go here and create a volumes here. I could have done it over there only, but I did not do that. So here create a volumes. Now guys, here you have a various types of volumes. Here SSD, SSD GP3, IOPS, and all the stuff. You see that? Again, you can see that difference between these. Price is different. You should check the official documents always because it's keep varying and all stuff. Now I'll go for the general purpose key. And what is the size? So I'll go for 5 GB. Okay, here you see that minimum 1 GB, maximum 16 TB you have. Now here you have fixed IOPS. So if you want to increase the IOPS, then you should go for which one? Any idea? Any idea? Yeah, you have to go. So here, if you go for the provision IOPS, you can provision IOPS, but you'll have to pay for little more actually. Okay. So right now we'll just learning. We are learning for it. So not waste resources. This is okay. Now here availability zone. If you look at this, what should I select? So it can be 2, it can be 2B, it can be 2C, but I don't know what should I select. Any idea why it's prompting availability zone here? Any idea? Yeah, see here. Remember that availability zone concept, why we have, because please remind yourself and think also logically, because if you keep hearing the statement and if you do not think, it will not make any sense. So this is the one region which is called Mumbai region for the sake of discussion, and this is divided to 2 availability zone. Remember, the availability zone means these are the separate data center. These are the separate data centers, correct now? So they are connected to the fiber, high speed fiber optics, but these are the two different, physically different locations actually. So now let's say, think simple. When you have a storage here in this data center and you have a CPU here. Think CPU is here, storage is here. So what it will become? Tell me. It'll become a network, right? Correct, no? So it's not a good. We are not adding a network devices. EFS we are not adding. We are adding EPS. So the storage should be here, right? Correct, no? Okay, so simple logic. So now the problem what I'm having right now is I don't know the instance is created in a which availability zone. I don't know. So one mistake I did with intention. So you should also remember this. So I don't know. So is there any way I can run instance in a certain availability zone? Yes, very much, very much. Now again, go here. I have one instance running, guys. Look at very carefully. Launch instance. Okay. Select and here CPU. Go for any CPU for the sake of discussion. And guys, here you see that submit, all of you. And here you see, you can decide which availability zone you want to run it. US East to C, to A, to B. But I did not select it because I said let it be default. Okay, so yes, you can decide your compute which availability zone you should run. But I did not do that. So what to do? Not to worry, I can go and get it. That information, I open up a new window and I will ask, hey, AWS EC2 instance, give me the information, metadata, which availability zone you are running by default. So just I'll come here and a little bit scroll up and under details, by the way, you must comfortable with the details, security, networking, blah, blah, blah. Even though if you don't understand, just read it at least once. And here I will go and check that, that field availability zone. Do let me know. It should be networking. Yeah. And here, did we get it? You got it? So cool. So now I can go back and I say, hey, I'm going to do in the 2C. Simple. Now, if you want to create a backup and all that, as of now, not needed. Encryption and all, not needed. You want to tag it? Yes, name. This is Rajesh. I don't want to fight with you guys. So Rajesh and then. So guys, I created a volumes. So if you look at this very carefully, this UI is little, I don't like to be honest this UI, but we have to work for it. We can't do anything. Okay. So here you see, this is the 8 GB. And if you scroll straight here, you see in use. That means that is being used by which instance ID? Here you have. Okay. And all this information. Now, this one I created 5 GB and right now is creating refresh. Okay. It has been available, but not in use. And you see attached to nothing, right? Understood now? So this is the how you create a volume. Now let me show you that flow one more time and you'll remember. So first step I did this, create is done. Can I do the attach, which is the second one? All of you are okay with it? Okay. So now guys, I'm going to do the attachment. So I'll click here and action. And you see this, I can modify the volumes. I can create a snapshot, miss backup. I can set the snapshot policies also when to take a snapshot automatically. I can delete the volumes. I can attach volumes and auto enabled input output and tags. So yes, I'm going to attach it for time being, not delete it, attach it. And here I have to select which instance. As of now, I have only one, so not to worry. But naming is important. So if you give the name, it will be easy for you to find it. And then attaching at this one, this is the default one for every system. Let it be. I don't want to override something and then help you to understand all Linux stuff. So let it be this one. And then please read this. Don't rush. Okay, you're not going anywhere else but learning this one only. So please read this. These are our Linux specific stuff and attach it. So guys, if you see that here, see in use by the same instance ID. So if I go opposite way also, click on instances and click on it here and little bit up. And if you see storage tab is there, guys, and here you see refresh. And select. See here. So this refresh, please do that because it has some problem. So 8 GB and 5 GB. Correct now? All of you. Now, guys, what we need to do? So, guys, third phase will come into the picture. Look at my image, attached and used. Simply, we call it formatting. Guys, have you set up any operating systems? Sorry, have you set up formatted any system from scratch? Install the operating systems now. Have you done it? Yeah. So in that, what we do while they ask for the formatting the system. So we format that. Then sometime what happens? We want to create a multiple disk. So we format every disk, every drive into one, and then again create a multiple drive. Correct now? And after that, each drive you mount it somewhere. C drive, D drive, E drive, something like that. Do you remember that? Same thing we have to do now, but in an easy way. Okay. So same thing we have to do now, but in an easy way. This we call it a format if you want it, and after that mount it and shuffle. Okay, so how do we do that? So for that, I have one notes for you, which you can use this, and then notes is I just updated here. Move to this place. Okay, this is the notes which you are going to use it. In front of you also, I will follow, so you will not have any confusion. Okay, so first thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to access the server. So what is IP address for it? So go to the details, let's go. And guys, look at this demo very carefully. Okay, now here I'm going to bash ssh-i and Ubuntu and yes, and done. So now guys, if you see that here, this is the stuff. Now I should check whether I have the device or not. So in Linux, you see LSBLK. In Windows, we see through the which one? Disk Manager. I hope you remember. Disk Manager, if you do, see here, this is the option. Create and format hard disk partition. Have you used this option in Windows? Yeah, same thing. So in Windows also, I'm showing you, though it's the same thing, you will have it over there. So right now I have only one SSD in my laptop. So you'll see that only one. But if you do in the EC2 instance, you'll have a two storage. Okay, just wait for it. It's taking a little time, but I will move on with the demo. So here, how many SSD you have? See in Windows, see here, C drive. So there's only one disk. of 1 TB. So if you attach that to more disk, you will have it here. Correct now? So like that, here you see there is one disk. There's one disk here. There's another disk here, 5G. There's one disk which is here. Make sense, guys? All of you? Okay. So now I run this command and I got it. Now I want to check that volume has any data or not. So this command to check whether it's empty or not. Though it's empty, I know that, but just for the command purpose. If you get this one, that means this volume is empty. Now, how do we format it? So mind it here, don't rush it. Formatting, you require that storage driver, right? So which one you want? You want ext4 or xfx? So here, if you see that this is ext4. Yeah. So xfs, no, we will go for ext4. These are the storage driver. Like in Windows, which are the storage driver? In Windows, we have NTFS. Have you heard about it? NTFS? See here, NTFS. Earlier, we used to use it FAT32 or something. Correct me? File system. Remember that? So in Linux, we have ext and xfs and all. And all. So I'll run this command. This is for ext, this is for xfs. Don't run both commands back. Okay, copy and done. So here mkfs means make file system with ext4 driver, and this is the file system devxbdf, and done. It was just a 5 GB and intake, so it took no time, but it might take longer if you have longer one. Now here I am creating one directory, new volume, where I am going to mount it. So I am creating one directory here, and after that, see here, mount command, unmount command. Here you have, and mounting it here. Now new volumes is a place where it has been configured. So see here, this is the new volume. This device 5 GB attached to new volume. That means anything which is stored in the new volume will be stored in that particular volumes. Understood, all of you? So that's what same thing we have to do in Windows, and the only thing is you have to use this options to add the disk. So how do we create a volumes? How do we attach a volumes? We have understood. Now I am going to create a snapshot. Snapshot means backup. So it's empty one, so it will not take much time. So here these are volumes, and here this is the volumes, which is a 5 GB. Create snapshot. And what is the name of the snapshot? Rajesh -demo, and tag it if you want it. And here you see under the snapshot, you get this. Now this is pending. You see there. It will take a few seconds of time, and done. Okay, let's wait for 4 more seconds. So this is the backup of snapshot volume. Okay, and after that, once the snapshot is done, you should clean up also. So what you should do, you should deattach to this, deattach volumes, force deattach, whatever. And now you can attach to this different instance if you really want. Are you understanding, guys? All of you? Hello? Yeah. And no, remember, these are two different things. Snapshot will take a volume back. Attaching and detaching is basically to the instance level. Nothing else. Yeah? Data will never be lost so far. No? A detach means that means that that volume was available for use for the instance. Detach means it's not anymore available anymore. That's all. Got it? So that is a things. And after that, let me see the snapshot got completed. See, it's completed because it was empty. Now you should do, you know what? You should delete yourself. Delete volume. Because volumes, if you are not deleting it, it will be costing you all the time. And snapshot also, you should delete this. That's all. So these are the things you have to do now. All of you understood that? This? All of you? Okay. So now let's do the lab first, and then I'll talk about the EFS and S3. Okay.
Hello everyone, if you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc. Kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to hundreds of playlists and 1000s of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.